So you need a few minutes, seconds to yourself at least. Just close your eyes before we start the next part of the class. Definitely just close your eyes, allow your breath to regulate. In this hour or so of work that you've just done, you've detoxified a lot, sweated a lot, opened up your glands, your respiratory system has gone through the roof, and your stamina levels, muscles have been tested to see how far they can work. So the body just needs a few moments of a few deep breaths. You can take by yourself a couple of deep in and out breaths before we start on philosophy, meditation, hopefully some time, short time for relaxation as well. We just need to stay in this zone for a moment. And the next part of the class is going to be some lyrics. As you know, hip-hop is all about words. Some people are quite judgmental about words and think that all hip-hop is bad. It's like saying all movies are bad, all books are bad. It's just an art form. Leave it alone. And scriptures in yoga are based on words, and a lot of it is on poetry. So as most of you know, I'm a poet and a writer as well. And I get the hip-hop rhythm and rhyme when I express yogic philosophy. So this is something I'm going to read to you. It's about the day that we have an apocalypse. If we imagine for a moment that the world is coming to an end and man has driven it into that space by bad use of science, bad use of Mother Nature, not using the earth correctly, not using each other correctly, and eventually Mother Nature throws back and says, hey look, I've had enough, and there's a big clean out on earth, you know, like it is every few million years. The world kind of turns itself over and harrows the soil of our earth, if you like. And this is a poem about that moment. And it's about what men will think is going on. It's about some men blaming God, some men looking at themselves. And then ultimately, yoga comes to the fore, and meditation being the way that man contacts God in the end and finds out the truth of what has really gone on our earth. And it's quite a short poem, but it's quite deep, so I do want you to have a listen to it with your eyes closed. It's called The Silence of God. And what I'm saying to you is that you can only reach that place of hearing the Spirit or God or love or the universal power through the portal of silence, which is achieved in meditation. So have a listen. This is the end of the world, if you like, we're talking about this point. In midnight we trod the silence of God. Shriek cries from the heavens, we walked in our sevens. The wonders of man made science our plan. But lo, and behold, all shining's not gold. The seas spat with rage, the skies were a cage, and man in his fury did condemn his jury. Where is he now? But God did not budge. He cannot care, this cruel, callous judge. And as the last one, the last dying son, swam deep in his tears, his God then appears. I gave you my all, allowed you to think. My child, you are hurt, but still at the brink. All is not lost. The last gave a nod. There's much to be heard in the silence of God. God whispers to us, to the flowers, to our loved ones, through nature, through many things. He talks to us and helps us. And if we abuse those things, that's how we end up in these dark moments in our lives. He's given us enough clues to work our way out. And then our final thing is to start blaming him. And then right at the end, he will come to you and explain to you that, look, all is not lost. You think your life is over, but it's not lost. There's much to be heard in the silence of God. So go into meditation and you will find all the answers that you are looking for. There's much to be heard in the silence of God. Take a deep breath in where you are. As you exhale, bring yourselves to a lying down position on your back. Allow the arms to be strewn from the body. Allow the legs to be apart. This will allow the underarms and in between the legs to breathe properly. After you've done such a heavy workout like this, the body needs to cool down for a few minutes at least, and through the armpits and between the legs is where a lot of heat in the body is trapped. So whenever you've got opportunity, we should keep these areas open. Allow the eyes to close now. You won't need much of an excuse to relax. So just allow the full weight of your body to come to the ground for a few moments. And if any of you are going through periods in your life where there seems to be an end of the world going on within your own circumference of your life and lifestyle, or people that you know, things seem to be really difficult, stressful, breaking point even for some of us, it's probably at that point that you'll find the answers. It's a very fine balance between going down and going up at that point. And as I say to my students, look through the portal of stillness and you will find the spirit, you'll find your soul, you'll find God if you are happy with that terminology, and you will find new life and a new answer. That is what yoga is for. Relax, relax, and relax. Physically, you're going to feel your body tingling. You'll feel your fingertips still buzzing, your chest, your arms, your forearms, lots of energy moving around. It's a vibration of the cells in the body still bouncing around with life force. It's a good thing. You'll see, feel heat in the body. Germs and bacteria, they don't like the body temperature rising because it burns them out of existence. That's what you've done today. Major muscles that you've worked, your thighs, your abs, your arms. Really allow them to sleep for these next 3-4 minutes. Let all their weight come down. Start drawing your attention onto your diaphragm and onto your breathing system, not to change it in any other way, to observe it, just to watch your breath. Keep your attention on the breath. Midnight we trod the silence of God, sweet cries from the heavens, we walked in ourselves, wonders of man, great science of God. Lo and behold, what shines is not gold. Seas cut with rage, the skies were a cage. The man in his fury did condemn his jury. Where is he now? But God did not budge. Cannot tear the school callous judge. And as the last son, last dying son, swam deep in his tears as God then fears. Child will have. Still at the brink, all is not lost. Last hearing out, there's much to be heard in silence. Energizing good breath into the abdomen and chest. wrists and your ankles. Stay on the ground for a few more seconds, stretching lightly. Slowly turn to one side, bring yourself up to a sitting position, cross-legged again. So next week we're back to the slower, weekly start. Even though we do that, there is a point that I'm making through this, and that is that I want you to do some cardio work as well as doing your yoga. It's good, but I want you to do something to keep your heart going and to do some detoxification work on the systems in your life. So a bit of running, a bit of jogging, a bit of rowing, a bit of hip-hop yoga by yourself. Something to keep the heart going, keeps you young, keeps you fresh, keeps you on your toes. And start listening to music in another way, and I want you to understand rhythm a little bit, creativity. You know, I ran a charity a few years ago, which I put on pause at the moment, but I had some money left, or quite a bit left, and I wanted to start using it, spreading it into the group, into our group. This is a book that has inspired and educated me more than any other book. This is the book of my guru, called Paramhansa Yogananda. And the book is about his life growing up as a yogi, his experiences in India with other yogic masters, and how yoga first came to America. So as well as being an interesting story, it is also extremely educational on the subject of yoga and metaphysics. And it's a must read for any yoga teacher, yoga practitioner, even at a decent level. So what I've done with some of the money is I've bought 45 copies of this, okay? And I'm basically giving them away, but I'm not. I'm going to charge £1, okay? And the pound represents your earnest desire to develop spiritually. It's not a book that you just take because it's a quid. Okay? It's a book you take off me if you want to read it and you want to develop your mind spiritually and understand these subjects deeper. And I have 45, and now I have 40 copies at home. I'll bring in a few every week. You can email me and let me know, Neil, this is something that I want to start reading, and I'll bring you a copy. And you're not going to get it at this price anywhere, but it's cheaply subsidised it through a lot of your donations, by the way, as well. In the back there's a CD of Yogananda's speeches which might also inspire you. So I have 4 copies today. 2 I think are already booked out, and the rest you can come and let me know if you want a copy at the front. There are more at home. So that's that. And who hasn't already taken a copy of one of my yoga magazines from the class and wants one? No. So I get these and then I read them once and then I give them. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Well done. Extremely well done. Very good.